So 5 money leaks stopping you from saving. So I'm going to share 5 money leaks that's stopping you from saving, and you need to fix these now. Welcome back to my channel. Again, my name is Jamila, and here we go. Number one, right? Number one, eating out and taking out too often, right? That is a great money leak. So grabbing fast food, daily coffee runs, frequent lunches at work, the vending machine at work, right? These are money leaks that are keeping you from saving money, right? They may seem small, but did you know that it only takes $12 per day to save $1,000 in a 90-day period? $12 a day in a 90-day period can help you reach $1,000. So when you're grabbing fast food, getting coffee, getting donuts in the morning, whatever you're doing, going to lunch every single day, that is keeping you from saving money. Therefore, it is a money leak. Here's how you can fix it, right? You can set yourself, if you're doing a budget, which I hope you are, you can set a budget amount for dining out, right? Give yourself a dollar amount and then stick to that dollar amount. And the only way you're going to stick to it is if you are tracking your expenses, right? So set a dollar amount for dining out, right? And then meal prep. If you meal prep, Sundays, we're normally chilling, watching TV, football, which is over now, basketball season, which is going. But you may be watching sports, doing whatever on a Sunday. Plan your meals for the week, right? What you're going to take for lunch, what you're going to make for breakfast, those kind of things. That will help you save money over time. And that money that you save can be placed into your savings account. Number two, and again, these are in no particular order. I probably should have ordered them, but I didn't. So number two, unused subscriptions and memberships. So streaming services, gym memberships, the apps that we have and are paying for that we don't use, right? Fix it. Audit your subscriptions, right? The best way to do that is to take a look at your bank statement. Most of these things are set up that they come out automatically from your account. Go through your last bank statement, the one you didn't open or the one before that you didn't open. Open it. Start tracking what's coming out of your account as far as your subscriptions are concerned, or your gym memberships or other things that you might have had set up as a trial, but you forgot to turn off, and now it's just coming out of your account and you just forgot about it, but it's costing you 12, 15, 18, 20 something dollars every single month. That adds up. So audit your subscriptions by going through your bank statement and then cancel what you are not using and what you do not need. I promise you, if you do that, you're going to find money that you can be putting in your savings account. Number three, overdraft fees or high bank fees. I came from the banking industry, 30 plus years in banking, financial services. And I can tell you that over time, what I've always seen is many of my customers that came into the bank regularly often paid more than $1,000, $1,200, $1,500. I had this one young guy who was like just turned 20, had over $2,000 that he had paid in transfer fees and overdraft fees in a year. And he only had $5 in a savings account, but he's giving the bank his money in fees. So how can you fix that? So if you have monthly account fees, most banks kind of went away with this. Some they have checking accounts they offer that you don't have any monthly fees, but there are some that still have monthly fees. ATM withdrawal charges. If you're using ATMs that are not in what they call your bank or your credit unions, there's a certain word I can't think of it, but if they're not in their, like they're not sister banks or sister credit unions, you're going to be charged a fee. So typically I bank at a credit union. So I typically can use any credit union's ATM and I won't be charged a fee. But as soon as you put your card in there, normally when you put your PIN number in, it tells you if you're going to be charged a fee. Believe it or not, that $3, $4, $2, $1.50 adds up over time, and that's money that you can definitely be putting in your savings account. Avoiding overdraft fees. How can you avoid overdraft fees, right? Avoiding overdraft fees. That means you have to be using a transaction register. You can get those right at the bank. So that way you're keeping track of your balance. And every time you're using your debit card, you're making an ATM withdrawal, you're going to the bank to get a withdrawal, you're writing that down. That helps you track what's coming in and out of your account. And that way, if you always know what your balance is, then you'll know, okay, I can get money out. That payment's going to go through, whatever the case may be, you know what it is. I can tell you that 9 out of 10 people rely on their banking app, on their online banking. However, we know that technology sometimes crashes, go down, it's not available for maintenance. So there could be a couple hours where things, what you see in the app is not actually accurate. I've been there. I've seen it. 30 plus years. I can tell you that if there is maintenance, if it goes down temporarily, normally what you see is not always real time. So if you're tracking your balance using a transaction register or a fancy app, I'm kind of old school, so I do a transaction register, even though I'm not writing checks. I still use that register to track what I have in my account, what I have coming in, what I have going out. That way I know if I need to move money from another account to cover something, I am tracking my balance. So you can do that by tracking your expenses using a transaction register and then switching to a no fee bank account or a no fee bank. There are several out there, especially if you're dealing with a credit union. I do push credit unions, even though they don't pay me to do it, but I do push them because I do know that most time you can have a savings and a checking account that doesn't require a minimum balance. There's no monthly account fees, but there is overdraft or transfer fees that can come into play in the event that something happens. So the fix is use a transaction register. So you're always tracking your balance, your transactions coming in and out, and then switch to a no fee bank account or no fee credit union so that you can always make sure that you're not giving them more money than you need to. That's number 3. Number 4, late fees and interest charges on debt, right? I know it's hard to keep track of when stuff is due. I use the calendar in my phone to remind me of certain things. I also have an actual spreadsheet that I put my budget on, and the due dates are on there, so I'm always aware. And then if my husband's not sure, he's aware. Forgetting due dates is common. Many people do it, but there's a way to fix that. We got a calendar in every phone, whether you have an iPhone or an Apple. There is a calendar, an iPhone or an Android. There is a calendar in that phone. Put your due dates, what's due on whatever day, put that in your phone. We don't leave our phones at home. We take them everywhere we go. Therefore, you're going to always have that. You have a wall calendar. There's other ways you can figure out when things are due so that you can avoid late fees, right? I was coaching a client and I think they were paying their rent late because of how their pay periods fell. They were being charged $75 for when their rent was late. That's a lot of money that you could be putting in a savings account. Or if there's debt, paying off debt, right? That's a lot of money. And so just to avoid paying your credit card late, paying your rent late, paying your car note late, paying your mortgage late, you want to make sure that you're tracking your due dates, whether you're using your phone calendar, a wall calendar, setting a reminder when things are due so that you can avoid paying late fees. And then interest charges on debt. If you're carrying credit card debt, you're paying, credit card balances, you are paying interest, right? If you're carrying debt, period, normally there's interest attached to that. The bank or financial institution makes money from fees and interest, right? That is the big chunk of the billions of dollars that they make per year. A lot of it comes from the fees that we pay and the interest that we pay them. So if you have credit cards, you want to make sure that you get them paid off immediately, right? So to fix that, I can tell you that a lot of people will say you need to automate your payments. If you are new to budgeting, new to tracking your expenses, or keeping track of your due dates, I'm not going to tell you to automate, right? Because that could create a bigger issue for you if now everything's coming out automatically and you're not really tracking things. Now you're going to have more fees, more overdraft fees. What I will say is it is easy to then track your due dates. If you're using a credit card, you want to get them paid off as soon as possible using the snowball method. And then keep your credit. And once they are paid in full, you want to, if you have to use your credit card to rent a hotel room or purchase airline tickets, I normally use my credit card for those things because once they hit my account, I do it for protection purposes. But as soon as they go through, I transfer that money from my savings account to pay it off. And I pay it off normally within a few days of making that purchase because I just do it just for the protection in case I need to cancel, do something else. I can get that money back. It's not holding the money that's coming out of my checking account. So I do it for those purposes, but I pay them off immediately. So I'm not really carrying a balance other than maybe 48 hours, right? So if you can do that, if you're using credit cards, you want to pay them off as soon as possible. And if you do need to use them, you want to be paying off that balance immediately so that you don't pay interest and you avoid late fees because you forgot a due date. And number 5, impulse shopping and emotional spending, right? When you're buying things on a whim because you are stressed out or you're bored or you're dealing with a broken heart or you're feeling lonely and you're trying to pick yourself up, we go buy stuff. I say that because I've done it, right? So to avoid that, I use this rule. And my husband, sometimes he loves shopping with me. However, he knows half the stuff that I have in my arm or in this cart, as I walk around the store, I am thinking to myself, if this is a need or a want, right? I don't buy it as soon as I see it. I might put it in the cart, but I'm going to walk around the store. I might go try things on just so I can, in my head, be like, do you really need this? Or do you just want this? Can you wait to get this until it's on sale? You get a coupon or whatever. Most times, I end up putting most of it back and getting really what I need. But what I would say is give yourself time, 24-hour period before you make a purchase to see if it's something that you really need or if it's just something that you are wanting because you need a pick me up. You need to feel better about whatever is going on, right? There's a way to just fix some of these things that are taking our money on a regular basis. Money leaks quietly drain our wallet, but fixing them can put hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars back into your wallet so that you can save it for a rainy day, right? So again, number 1, let's kind of reduce taking out. That's a money leak. Eating out. And the way to fix that is set a budget for eating out and do some meal prep. Number 2 is unused subscriptions or memberships, right? Go through your bank account. Your bank statement for 30 days to see what's coming out of your account every month. Those things that you may have purchased as a trial that is now you forgot about and now you're being charged for months. See if you can get that canceled. And then the third thing was the bank fees and overdraft charges. Using a transaction register to track what your balance is, what your transactions are, will help you avoid the overdraft fees. And then finding a credit union that does not have any account fees, so no minimum balance fees or anything like that, no statement fees. You can save money that way as well. Number 4, avoiding late fees and interest charges that happen on debt. So paying off your debt as soon as you can. And then avoid paying things late by tracking your due dates, using your phone calendar, a wall calendar, setting up reminders so that you are paying your bills either before or on the due date so that you can avoid paying additional interest and any late fees that may be assessed. And then number 5 is if you can reduce or really stop impulse shopping and emotional spending, right? When you're bored, that is not time to scroll on your favorite app to try to buy something. I was going to say a name, but I had to pull that back, so I don't want to say names. Or when you're stressed or bored, or you're dealing with some kind of issue where your heart is broken. Most times we go and spend money because it makes us feel better. However, use a 24-hour rule before you're making that purchase, to where you are really thinking, is this a need or is this a want? If it's something that I really don't need, I can wait until another day or another time when I do have the money to make that purchase. And that money that you were going to spend, you can go ahead and put that in your savings account, because these leaks can quietly drain your wallet and keep you from saving. I hope this information helps you. I want to help you reach or achieve being debt free, doing it your way. Yes, still live, still have fun. But if we just tweak a few things, stop the money leaks, we can achieve financial freedom a lot easier and stop stressing about money and wondering where it went. Again, my name is Jamila Davis. Thank you for joining me. If you do like the information that I'm sharing, please like and leave me a comment and subscribe. Be sure to share this information with your family and friends as we all continue to work on being debt-free and living a life free of financial stress. Have a great day.